And we're live. West Ham have done it. Claret and Booze have done it. We've saved West Ham, the saviours of West Ham. Mono mate, who was threatening last night to go and get a firm together. And he was going to go around and sort it out. I reckon it's down to Mono mate. Or is it down to Virgil with his heartfelt plea for them to do something that he's fallen out of love? Or was it, I'm going to hang on to that anyway. Claret and Booze save West Ham. Could just be a coincidence, of course. But of course it's not. We save West Ham. Lopetegui, he's gone. He's gone. Now, there's obviously TalkSport have been talking about it now for half an hour, 45 minutes. This is just fantastic news. It's the best news ever. Never nice when somebody loses their job. It's not a nice thing to rejoice in all that sort of stuff. But look, at the end of the day, I'm kind of the most important thing is that this man is gone. It's looking like it's going to be Potter. I know he has been sacked. He has been sacked. They just didn't. But there's rumours that TalkSport will basically release the story early. He's gone. He's gone. It is done. It is done. I'm going to jump the gun. He's gone. This is fantastic news. It is, and it gives us something back. It does, you know. I'm not saying that the board listened. I don't think the board give a shit. You know, that was the last thing that they would have wanted to have done was get rid of him. But this is honestly just fucking brilliant. Yeah, look, as Craven said there, X has said that Loppy is unaware of him supposedly being sacked. That's probably right. If they've made the decision to get somebody else in, they've probably lined it all up, got it all done. The new manager's probably signed his fucking contract, and then they're going to call Loppy in. So they never do things the right way, but who cares? I don't care. It's done. It's done. Claret and Booze saved West Ham. I'm going to keep saying it. So look, there's still an awful lot of things that we need to get our head around this year. There's still the concessions. There's everything else. All of that does still remain. I'm not asking people to boycott now. I'm not, because we've got a new manager, or there should be a new manager in place in time for Friday. We've got the FA Cup to look forward to. There's plenty of people that were going down there probably dreading it, and now they're going to be over the moon. I know you're all saying it's not done. It ain't official yet, but it's done. It's done. Claret and Booze saved West Ham. We did. Lopetegui's gone. We've needed some good news this year. Now, I know if it is Potter, which is what it's looking like it's going to be, I'm fully on board with it now. He isn't my choice. I've made this perfectly clear. I've said it time and time again that he is not my choice. But it is definitely going to be a step up on Lopetegui. My son told me that a couple of youth players have liked the post that Potter's going to be taking over as well. So, look, who knows? I think with Potter, he's either going to get it or he ain't. I don't know what the contract is going to be. I don't know whether it's going to be an interim contract until the end of the year, or whether they're just going to give him a 2-3 year contract. I don't really care at this stage. As has been proved with Lopetegui just now, it doesn't matter about the contract anyway. If he's shit, they'll have to sack him. I don't think he will be. This is just a relief. A relief, you know, as Mick D says there. Now just spend. Absolutely right. We've got to spend. We've got to spend now. Go out there, get that striker, get the midfielder, get a new left back. Let's get it sorted. I don't even care at this stage, you know, about the Tim Stein stuff. I don't like the fact that Sullivan is taking control again. I don't care, but there's nothing we can do about that. All that we should care about as fans at the moment is what happens on the pitch. We don't like what we've been seeing, so let's just hope that, you know, moving forwards, we get a little bit of enjoyment back. We do, you know. I know, you know, there's loads of shows out there at the moment. There's loads of people that have touched on Graham Potter and the fact that, you know, he didn't have the greatest record at Birmingham. It was all padded out. Apparently, it was a 15th place finish, 14th place, and 8th or something like that. And then he got poached by Chelsea, and then they got rid of him. He's got a good record before that, you know, at Swansea and prior to that as well. So he's a coach. One thing that Potter is a coach. And this guy, Lopetegui, is not. This is the best news possible. The guy is an absolute fraud. And also, what I will say this now, this is not a Sullivan pick. Most alarmingly, people, do you remember I went back and I said to you before that David Sullivan is a 35% shareholder, and then back when they had that crisis meeting, there were 3 or 4 managers on the table, but they could not come to an agreement on who the next manager should be. It's mainly because Sullivan couldn't get his own way. He's got power of veto. They was blocking him, pushing other people. he was blocking them, saying, "Well, if I can't have my own way, neither can you." And we stuck with Lopetegui. But it sounds now like we've beaten him into submission, and he isn't going to get his own way. So it sounds like he's accepted going down a different path with a different type of manager that was recommended outside of his little circle. So that to me pleases me. The fact that this isn't a Sullivan pick pleases me. It does, because it just feels again like he's lost a little bit of power, hasn't he? Lost a little bit of power. First of all, he got scared last night by Mono mate and his firm. Yeah, no, it's all brilliant. This ain't going to be a long stream because I've got to go and let the dogs out and get dinner ready and stuff like that. But I just had to jump on. This is just the best news ever when you consider the last 5 months that we've had. You know, this is definitely an improvement. Potter is an improvement. He can't be worse. He's English. He's got a record of using younger players as well. He does coach good football. The team are going to be so relieved because nobody was happy in that club. You know, on top of the 4 players that we knew about, which was, Tadibo, Kudus, Fulkrug and Alvarez, that Lopetegui had fallen out with, there were loads of others as well. That was such an unhappy camp. Removing that man now is going to lift that group of players. And like I said in the video yesterday, we've seen glimpses all season of the ability of a lot of these players in silo, not all together. In one game, you'll see Kudus turn up. Other games, Man City, you'll see Paqueta turn up. These players are not crap. They're not. We've got a good foundation, a good fucking base to move on with. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, all right, I'll jump on later on, Darren. I will. I can't stay on here for too long, but we've got a really good foundation to move on with. And I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. I'm not breaking this. I'm not an ITK. There's no inside information here from me, but this is done. There is no smoke without a raging inferno, and that's what there's been all day today. All day today. And I've had loads of phone calls myself. I didn't believe the ones that I got this morning. I dismissed them. So I got a few phone calls earlier this morning, and it was exactly what I've heard earlier on this year as well. And I just didn't jump on board with it. I just thought, I'll go away. It ain't going to happen. This has been said so many times. But no, it's just spiraled. It's just built more and more momentum. As G-Man says, it's party time, lads and ladies. Loppy is gone. I don't care whether it's been officially announced yet. It's done. It's done. Basically, TalkSport would have been told that it's done, but to hold off on the news, and they didn't. So, yeah, I'm a very happy Nick. I know there's still nothing on Sky. You've got to keep your eyes peeled. You've got to wait. You got to wait until they unveil it. But it is going to be done. If that is right, what X has said, then they've got some internal problems there as well. Because Lopetegui, he's the type of bloke that will probably, take a lawsuit out against them if they've appointed somebody else while he's still in post. That's the type of bloke that he is. So they've probably caused themselves another load of shit through not doing things properly. He should have been released, and then they should have done it all properly. But if it's true that he hasn't been told, and this is how he's finding out, it ain't great, is it? But I don't care. He's been paid a fortune for doing a shit job. He's going to be paid a fortune as a reward for having done a shit job as well. He's going to get paid off in his salary. It ain't poor Lopetegui. He's going to be sipping mojitos in some fucking beach somewhere next week. He ain't going to care. So, yeah, the good news is it ain't Moyes. It ain't going to be Steve Cooper either. I do think it is going to be Potter. Now, I did have a phone call earlier on. I don't know that it's Potter, by the way. I don't know who the next manager is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be Potter. There is a picture out there of Potter with Tim, but we don't know whether that's today or 2 weeks ago. Nobody knows. What I was told this morning from a bloke was that he's been told that Lopetegui... So he told me this morning, Lopetegui's done. He's gone. I was like, yeah, whatever. But he's not normally very good, but I've just kind of lost faith in listening to people. But he also said Potter's being named in the press and everywhere else as the man that's going to be replacing him. But he said he gets the feeling that Potter's being used as a shield to hide who it's actually going to be. That's what he said. So this ain't coming from me. So I think it's going to be Potter, but that guy was almost certain. He said, I'm not sure. First of all, because he knows that Sullivan doesn't want this man. It's not Sullivan's pick. He thinks that Potter could just be used as a shield to hide who we're actually going to be bringing in. So who knows? Who knows? I'll be happy with Potter. If it's Potter, fine. I don't necessarily want Gary O'Neill now. I don't. Yeah, Potter will do me. He'll be fine for now. I would have loved to have had Carrick in, whatever. It's Jack Sullivan. It's not Jack Sullivan, Malcolm. No, it's not. Um, I know TalkSport and are indicating that it's Potter. Yeah, look. 99.9% it is. I'm just saying what I was told this morning. And it wasn't anything that this guy was told either. It's just the conversation that he had and the way it was going because he knows that there are other managers in the loop. He said, I've got a feeling that there's going to be a surprise. So we'll see. We've had one surprise. We might get another one. However, it does look now like there's a lot of people, apart from whoever that is, there's a lot of people now that are they've warmed to the idea of Potter. They've warmed to it. They've kind of got used to the idea. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. But John's in the chat as well. I think we've all got to got to thank John for coming on last night and piling on the pressure. Because we are, as a channel, we're taking full responsibility for this. It's not a coincidence that we did a boycott show last night and now he's been sacked. We're taking full responsibility. And Mono, mate, and he's firm. Right? I'm going to go now anyway. Very happy, man. Good news. God, we needed this, didn't we? We've got an FA Cup game to look forward to on Friday against a Villa team who don't prioritise that competition at present because they're in Champions League football and they're focusing on the league. That is such a winnable game. I hope we go out there. I hope we smash it. I hope we progress. And I hope these players that have been living in hell, like the fans, get a real fucking uplift tonight. I hope that's a massive weight off a lot of their shoulders. I hope that a lot of players that might have been considering leaving West Ham might have a little bit of a change of heart now and we see different players when we see them again. You know, we've all had situations, or many of us have, where you've worked in environments where you've had a shit manager that makes your life hell. It ain't nice. It's not nice. That's their work environment. So let's hope that this is a start of a wonderful new era. And we've just had a little blip. Because if we go on and have a powerful second half of the season and we progress and we have a cup run, we won't even be thinking about Lopetegui towards the end of the season. We won't. It'll be a distant memory. It'll be done. So, yeah, look, that's it from me. Might be back later on for another show. Thank you all for joining me. I'm over the moon. I'm going to be watching for the official announcement, obviously. But, I mean, if they don't announce it now, it's going to be a right fucking letdown, isn't it? You know? But he won't because he's scared of Mono, mate. That's the reason he sacked him.